All right, because this is going to be awesome. This is an issue that we're going to be talking about today that so many women deal with. So I'm going to be manning as people are coming in. So if I look a little distracted, it's because people are still floating in. But as I'm doing that, again, drop in the comments who invited you, where you're coming in from, so we can keep track of everyone. Because like I said, we have like 80 people. And unfortunately, Zoom doesn't give us an option for knowing who invited who. And so we have a lot of awesome ladies coming in here who want to know what the heck, what's the secret for losing this belly fat? So can you guys let us know, because we weren't sure. Did Zoom send you an email reminder of this event? Did you get a reminder from Zoom? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so it works. Fabulous. Appreciate that. All right. So as you're coming in, I am going to just share my screen again. All right, so as you're coming in, do that. And I'm going to be manning the people. Oops, can now see my screen. Okay. All right, I'm going to be manning the entrance. And so while I'm doing that, we're going to introduce ourselves real quick, because some of you, this is the first time you've been to one of our groups. Now, what this is our monthly group coaching call. But this month, those of you who are our clients, we already had one earlier in the month. Those of you who were able to be here, you saw what that was all about. But Dr. Rachel and I decided, let's do another one, but invite some of the people we've been talking to, who haven't bit the bullet yet, who are still looking at it. Hey, is this something for us? And so with that, we're like, okay, well, what do most women in this age range get a challenge with? And it's belly fat, right? That pesky belly fat is one of those things that we deal with. So I'm going to introduce myself. Dr. Rachel's going to introduce herself, and then we're going to get started. So my name is Melanie Sessa. This is my Zoom. That's why, you got the email from me. I am a certified mental wellness coach, a holistic health coach. I'm a founding brand partner with Amari Global, which is the name of the company of the products that we use. And so I've been working with these products on myself and my clients for over 6.5 years. So I know so much about what goes into these products, how to use them. But more importantly, I'm a mom, a wife, and I love to help women in the menopausal years to feel amazing again, because we've had these crazy lives, these crazy journeys. And if we could just feel normal again, right, ladies, it would just like change so much of how we embrace life and perspective. And, we've done so much. So that's what I'm passionate about. And Dr. Rachel and I are actual friends in real life. And so we wanted to come together and do this together, because we just love working together and we love supporting you. So go ahead, Rachel, share who you are, friend.
Oh, what is up? So yes, I am Dr. Rachel, and I'm a pharmacist. So I have 20 years of pharmacy experience. I did my first 10 years were in retail. So the lovely Western medicine model. So I know that very, very well. Watched people be put on medication after medication and look worse. And so I love helping people find natural solutions to everyday health concerns. And what we're talking about tonight is something I hear from so many women that I talk to, right? So it's how do we get rid of that? So I really love helping people, but I've been with Amari for 5 years, so a little bit less time than my girl Melanie, but I love what I get to do every single day. And I love watching people transform and just, enjoying the journey, right? It's not always the easiest thing to do. We want those results right now. Okay. It's really supporting you guys and just letting you know that you're on the right journey. You've made the right decision, or you're about to make the right decision, depending on where you are on that journey. So I'm very honored to be here tonight. So thank you for taking some time out of your busy life to be here.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. So today is our monthly coaching call, but it's going to be a little bit different. But there are so many of you who are on these products. And so we want to actually, be very, very mindful of your time and other things you have going on in your life. So we would love if any of you would like to open up your mic and share a testimonial. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can put it in the comments, and we'll give like a couple of minutes for that. And then Dr. Rachel's going to start with her presentation, because what you're going to learn today, ladies, and you can go comment as I'm talking, what you're going to learn today could be something that is going to dramatically change how you feel about what your body can do during these menopause years, right? So if we could just get this thing to work the way it was designed, it would just alleviate some of the stress. So does anyone want to, let me just stop the share for a second. Does anybody want to share any testimonials before we continue? Because I know some of you have some great ones. And so if anyone would like to, you can just unmute yourself or raise your virtual hand so I can see it. So I'll give us a couple seconds to, and I am muting you guys as you come on. It's just the background noise is a little. Anybody want to share? And I do have some testimonials at the end of this, but if anybody wants to share with the group. All right. So if you think of it and you want to share, let me see. Just get a mute. All right. So with all that said, Rachel, oh, you can't, Michelle can't hear us. Can anyone else having trouble hearing us? Michelle, go back out, friend, and then come back in. Maybe it's something with your connection. Yeah, Michelle has a great testimonial. Maybe she'll share later. All right, Rachel, I gave you permission to share your screen so you can talk about that big topic for today.
Yes, let me get there. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so just so to make sure you know that you're in the right place, we're talking about the secret to losing menopausal belly fat, aka that cortisol belly you probably hear a lot about too. So those are interchangeable words. So this is just a quick, I already kind of introduced myself. So pharmacist, I love natural solutions. I love helping people get off of medications. So we'll cruise through that. So here's the roadmap. So you have a little bit of a direction. So really getting into the root cause for the menopausal cortisol belly fat. So why is that fat not going away? Why can't we lose it no matter how much we try, right? So why what you have tried in the past does not work. So I'll talk about why the things you did to yourself in your 20s and your 30s worked so well and now they're not. And that can be frustrating, but that's because we're in a different place hormonally than we were back in those days. So we have to do something different. And natural solutions, I'm going to go through some of our top solutions to help you melt away that belly fat. And again, I can't say this enough. It is not a sprint. It is a marathon to get through this process. You have to be patient, especially if you've been on a lot of medications. If you've had a lot of health concerns, just know we have to be patient with ourselves. And I say this all the time when I'm talking to my clients or doing it live. You have to have grace for yourself on this journey. Love yourself every step of the way, because if you love yourself through this journey, it's going to make it that much more enjoyable. So we all have to remind ourselves. I've had to remind myself of that many times just today. Just enjoy the journey. So no matter what that journey is for you, just enjoy it and know that every time you're putting these products, or maybe in the future, if you haven't started these products yet, every time you put these amazing products in your body, you are doing something amazing for your body. Whether you can see it or not right away, it is happening. It's happening inside. So why we have belly fat. So why do we have that fat in the middle that we can squeeze? And, you know, I've never had this belly. I've never had this much stomach in my life. So why is that? Number one reason is our cortisol imbalance that we're having. So cortisol is that stress hormone. I know both Melanie and I talk about that a lot on our lives. If you see us on TikTok. And so cortisol starts to spike up. The more that we age, the less reproductive hormones we have, the less estrogen, the less progesterone, the less testosterone. Even as women, we have testosterone, and it does affect our health if it's out of whack. So cortisol drives everything else down. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we have that fat. Metabolic hormone imbalance. So you might hear us talk about insulin resistance. Right? Insulin is a fat storing hormone. So even if you're not diabetic, maybe you're pre-diabetic, or maybe you've been told that you have a hormonal insulin resistance, right? You maybe have blood sugars that are kind of mimicking where your cortisol goes. So that can be another piece to that. Systemic inflammation. Maybe if you have an autoimmune condition, you just have a lot of inflammation in your body that is going to increase maybe the amount of belly fat that you have. And then any gut health issues that you have, whether you're constipated, you have a lot of loose stool, you have leaky gut, you have gas, you have bloating. These all tie into that belly fat. So many variables, as you can see. So why what you have done in the past does not work? Because it's not getting to the root cause of your issue, right? It's not about taking phentermine or some other weight loss drug, an injectable GLP-1 that's going to kind of mask the symptom, but it's not getting to the root cause of why are you holding on to that weight anyway? And any pharmaceutical that you lean on is going to spike your cortisol. So on that next one, spikes your cortisol levels. Even if you try to exercise harder and eat less, both of those will spike your cortisol. Slows down your metabolism. So if you have a thyroid issue, slowing down your metabolism. If you're restricting your food, you're slowing down your metabolism. If you're losing weight, but you're losing muscle, you're slowing down your metabolism. What you're doing is actually increasing your inflammation because you're pushing your body really hard and you're not getting that recovery. So just make sure that you're thinking about those things that, yeah, these are the things that I did when I was in my 20s, my 30s, worked like a charm. I've always been athletic. I've always, whatever that is, whatever that story is for you, just realize that we have to tweak as we get older. So the first product I'm going to talk about is probably my favorite out there, but it's our Happy Juice. And I know both Melanie and I talk about it a lot. So what does the Happy Juice do? So this actually increases your serotonin, which is your happiness hormone. It improves your dopamine levels. So that's your motivation. So I hear a lot from people like, I don't feel motivated to go for a walk or lift weights or eat the foods that I know that I should, right? GABA helps us with our stress resilience and getting deeper sleep. Maybe you're not sleeping well. That's spiking your cortisol levels, okay? So this is something that we can really look at as, okay, I know that if I can start to be happier, be more stress resilient, I'm going to automatically be less stressed, right? So we can't have both of those at the same time. So what we really want to do is how do we increase our feel-good hormones? We focus on gut health, which is what Happy Juice does. It balances out cortisol, that stress hormone, which I talked about, which impacts all the other hormones in your body. So we want to reduce inflammation in your gut, in your brain, and the access in between to improve that communication, because what happens in the gut is going to impact how you feel. So you make 90% of your serotonin in your gut. You make 70 to 90% of every hormone in your body starts in your gut in some way, shape, or form. And also, when we make more serotonin, we're getting better quality sleep. So we can kind of see how all these little pieces with Happy Juice are starting to put some puzzle pieces together, right? It's not the answer to every single thing. We have to do other things along the way, but this can really be a catalyst to move that dial forward. So give me a 1 if you have been using Happy Juice, you're excited about the opportunity of maybe adding Happy Juice on because you haven't even jumped on board with us yet. Like drop a 1 in the comment section, because this product is amazing. And even one of the parts of that Happy Juice, we even have a patent on it. It's that probiotic portion. So I'm going to highlight the different flavors, but I just have the mango version of this up here just because this is one of our newest products. And so it has the lion's mane in it. So this is all the benefits that lion's mane has, and that is only in our mango flavor. So it increases your energy, your focus, and your creativity. So it's regenerating nerve cells in your brain. So if you're worried about dementia or Alzheimer's, we can help reduce that risk for you. It decreases depressive symptoms. Because we're also helping to increase those neurotransmitters. There's actually an ingredient in the mango edge that helps you to make more neurotransmitters. It supports your immune function because we're reducing inflammation, and it also helps protect against stomach ulcers. So a lot of benefits to that flavor in particular. So definitely, if I had to pick one, this is the one, but it does have 100 milligrams of caffeine. So if you can't do caffeine, obviously you don't want to do that. But lion's mane has changed a lot of things for myself and my clients. These are the different flavors to choose from, just so if you are trying to make that designation for yourself. We do have 2 flavors of the Mentabiotics now. The raspberry hibiscus just came out. So you have that option. We have the Edge Plus, which I just mentioned, the mango, and then we also have Edge watermelon or grape. And then when you do watermelon or grape, you get to pick your energy separate because it doesn't, where the mango combines it all together, the other two flavors you have it's separate. So you do have some flexibility with that. You can drink those separately if you want. You can combine them together, have your edge and energy together with your Mentibiotics, or you can kind of mix and match as you please. So just a quick, and feel free guys, if there's any slides you want to snapshot, please do so. Feel free to do that. So the next product, along with the Happy Juice that we feel really excited to share with you about letting go of some of that belly fat, is our GBX Fit. So this product is actually focused on the fat you're already storing on your body, which is called white fat. How does it do that? So what this actually helps you do is it helps you to balance your metabolic hormones. So this is looking at your insulin, if you're insulin resistant, increasing your GLP-1. So maybe you've heard of those with those shots that a lot of people are talking about these days. It's helping you to increase the GLP-1, which is telling you that you're full. It's that turning off that food chatter, if you will. So that's very helpful with that. Plus, if your blood sugars are more balanced out, you're less likely to feel like you need a snack. Your cravings are more under control because this is a pre, pro, post, and phytobiotic. So we're really controlling appetite. We're controlling cravings. This also helps to balance your cortisol as well. So we're really hitting that cortisol level at all aspects, plus gut health. Those are the two biggies in this process. How do we improve your gut health? How do we continue to find new ways to balance that cortisol out? Because fat cells love to store cortisol for us. It protects us, right? Our fat cells are like, oh, you're welcome. I'm protecting you from your cortisol. But what happens is then your fat has a job and it doesn't want to leave. So that's why it's so hard to lose that fat. So we're helping reduce inflammation and bloating in the gut. It helps with dopamine levels. So we're still getting some neurotransmitter stimulation from this supplement, this GBX Fit. And it's also helping us to improve our gut integrity. And with the next product I'm going to talk about, gut integrity is very important to lose and let go of belly fat and not even store that fat to begin with. So the next product is our GBX Burn. So a lot of people will do these two products together. This is a natural thermogenic. So this increases thermogenesis and you burn fat before you can even store it. So this is looking at the fat that is called brown fat. It's more that active fat. It's kind of like trying to figure out which party it wants to join because it hasn't really found its place yet. It's trying to kind of find where it's home. But because of the GBX Burn and how it works, it doesn't allow you to store that fat. You actually excrete it before it's stored. So this supports weight management and appetite control. So this is all natural. There's no stimulants in this product, okay? It stimulates your body's ability to increase your energy expenditure. So you're burning more calories, promotes a well-balanced microbiome and supports mental wellness. Anything also that you do to support your gut health is also going to improve your mental wellness because there is that gut-brain connection. So we're going to reduce that visceral fat storage. And they've actually done studies that this last little bullet that support that if you support your gut integrity, so if you've ever heard the term leaky gut, we're supporting your gut. And they've found in some studies that were done that the more gut integrity or the less leaky gut you have, the less likely you are to store that fat. So that's really powerful. So these two products together are really amazing, incorporating that with that Happy Juice as well. So another piece that I have been definitely finding with my people is that if we have gut health issues, kind of at that root cause, like constipation, diarrhea, bloating, maybe we need to help our gut work a little bit more efficiently. We need to put something on board that really gets to that root cause of your gut health issues. So this is a probiotic digestive blend. It also has some ingredients in it to support your liver, your kidneys, and your gut health at a different level. So you experience less bloating and less pressure. Promotes healthy digestion and nutrient absorption. You balance your digestion and promotes healthy gut flora. So we're adding in good bacteria, different strains than what we see with the mentobiotics, because the mentobiotics is specifically for mental health and neurotransmitters. The GVX Fit is more metabolic functioning. This is more general, like metabolism, digestion. So that's that difference. A lot of different strains. It optimizes your fat metabolism. So we're really using that synergistically with the other products I've already talked about, and supports nitric oxide production. So nitric oxide, you may have heard of this before with other situations, to open up the blood vessels to get better blood flow. If we are having a healthier gut, so the wall of our gut is healthier, we're not oozing our toxins back into our bloodstream, but we're having more blood flow in our gut, we're actually absorbing our food better. So if you've been to the doctor and you've had blood work and it's like, oh, you're anemic, you're low in vitamin D, you're low in whatever, it may just be an absorption issue, especially if you've been taking those supplements and you're thinking, why am I not absorbing these nutrients? Nitric oxide is helping you with that blood flow so you can optimize your way of absorbing nutrition. So really great product to have on board. So here's another great one too. So the Reboot, maybe some of you that have been with us, if you've been with us for a little while, you've maybe done one of these. So this is kind of a great place to get started. If you're just joining us, get the Reboot, do the 3-day Reboot. It works really nicely. If you're just getting started, you just start the Reboot for 3 days and you could start incorporating the rest of your products. If you're already doing products and you want to do this and you never have, you can do the products along with the Reboot. So this is a synergistic blend of cleansing herbs and phytonutrients. So there is some crossover with some of the ingredients in the Reboot and the Restore. So if you're doing the Reboot, you probably don't need to do the Restore for those 3 days. Okay. So it naturally cleanses and filters out the liver, the kidneys, and the colon. So you can really do a lot of positive things in 3 days. And so some people ask me, oh my God, am I going to be on my toilet for 3 days, like straight? No, it's actually I just had a girl that did it. She's like, oh, that was actually very gentle, but effective. So you do cleanse things out, but it's not this constant, like, oh my God, it's just when you go, you get more out, if that makes sense. And maybe you're 1 a day pooper and you go twice in a day, that type, and you do start to cleanse and you let go and release, let's say, even 2 or 3 days after you're done. So it's gradually working for you. So it resets, reboots the gut microbiome. So it's helping the pH of your gut. So it's really giving that good bacteria a really nice environment to thrive. So again, 3 days, gentle cleanse. You open the little box that comes in, it gives you all the directions of what to do, what not to do. Like for foods, it's 3 days. It's really not bad at all. Plant-based, but there's great recipes that we have for you to share as well. So in conclusion, what used to work for us in our 20s and 30s doesn't work for us in our 40s and 50s and beyond. So it's really, we have to hone in and tweak and adjust and continuously stay in front of that cortisol, right? So get to the root cause of that belly fat that I talked about, whether it's gut health issues, cortisol imbalances, inflammation, whatever that looks like for you, we can tweak a protocol for you. So natural solutions that work with our bodies. And again, like I said, just continually tweaking and not, trying different things, tweaking what we're doing, and just really being open to, finding exactly what works for us. But we feel really good about this protocol as far as letting go of that belly fat, that menopausal cortisol belly fat. So with that, thank you so much for being such a attentive audience. Now I will throw back to my girl.
Awesome. Isn't she so smart? Like, she's such a smarty pants. And so what we're going to do now, Rachel, can you stop your share so I can get on there?
Oh,
what we're going to do now is we're going to give like 5-10 minutes for you guys to ask your questions before we go to the next phase of what these products look like and if it's something that you want to get started with. But you just heard all this great information. You just learned that the secret is your entire gut microbiome and what you can do to optimize what it'll already do. This midsection spread is so tied to what's happening in your gut and what your gut bacteria. Okay. So now that you've heard Dr. Rachel, raise your hands. Yeah, go ahead and ask away, raise your virtual hand or unmute yourself. Sometimes when we unmute ourselves, I've had a couple of people unmute at once and it gets a little bit confusing, but you can ask in the comments or you can raise your virtual hand for any questions that you have and you can unmute yourself to do that. So what are your questions, ladies? Have at it. Oh my gosh. You guys, Rachel, you did such a great job.
I answered them all. Let's see.
So we didn't talk about the products yet, Joy. We talked about what the belly fat loss, why we're having so much trouble during menopause because of this estrogen can, say it again, Rachel, you say it. The estrogen and the progesterone and testosterone is also pre and probiotics, Happy Juice Mango. Okay. So there's a couple of questions here. Wendy is saying, how long before you notice results?
So yeah, that's a great question. So here is how I always answer that is that I always want to make sure that you're open to all of the results that are coming your way, the non-scale victories, as well as the scale victories. So a lot of people start to notice better sleep, improved mood, better poops. If that's an issue for you, better stomach, whether you're bloated, gas, whatever that issue is for you, within the first 30 to 60 days. I have a lot of people within the first 30 days they're noticing dramatic changes in their mood and their sleep for sure. Now I have people that lose weight very quickly too. So everyone's a little bit different. So just be open. And I do highly suggest have a journal, like make this really like you really kind of have to switch your mindset about what is success to me from day one. Is it that I went from sleeping 3 hours to sleeping 4.5 hours without waking up? Is it I woke up at 2 o'clock, but I fell right back to sleep? Is it I don't want to choke my husband anymore? I love him again. Like because I know you talk about that. That's why I said that.
He was a dead man walking.
So it's kind of like what even have a journal, like what is going to be a result for me that I'm going to be, and yes, I know we're here for this menopausal and that's part of it. But what I always talk about is that if you're having mood, if you're on a lot of medications, number one, as a pharmacist, I say this because you have to realize how much damage they are doing. Like we have to be real about that. They're causing gut issues. They're causing cortisol spikes. They're toxins in your body every single day that your body has to figure out, oh, what the heck am I going to do with this, Xanax that I'm taking? I'm like, no shame, but just just think about that and just think, okay, I'm trying to overcome some of those things, or I haven't pooped normally in 5 years, or I've been, not sleeping for 10 years. We have to be realistic. I'm like, okay, those are some major things that I have to improve before maybe the weight comes off. So that's why I always when I talk to my people, when I talk on my lives, I say we have to be realistic. And I never want to set anybody up and say, you're going to lose 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks and life's going to be great. You're going to fit in those pants that you wore 15 years ago. And like, I don't know that. What I can promise you is you will start to feel better and you may start to feel more. And sometimes people, that's uncomfortable, but just realize your body's starting to wake back up. So I hope that's helpful. I just like to open people's eyes to all of the beautiful things that might be happening. And some of them might feel really good. And some of them you might be like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like I'm starting to feel again. And that's a beautiful thing. So
being realistic. And we talk a lot about 90 to 120 days is a good goal to see what your body can do to reset things. But then as like Dr. Rachel said, what was happening before you started these products and for how long and for how many years? And so it's not a quick fix. It's not covering, it's getting to the root. Thank you. All right, next question. There's also, I don't know if this is a question or a comment from Sandra. There's also pre and probiotics in Happy Juice Mango. Yeah, Happy Juice Mango is these 2 supplements right here. OG Happy Juice, which a lot of my gals are on, is these 3 sticks together. Okay, so the stick that's the same is the Mentibiotics, and that's the probiotic prebiotic blend that has the patent on it.
Mhm.
Next question. Is it okay if I'm on anti-hormonal treatments after cancer?
Yes. So I've had women on the past, like on tamoxifen, the estrogen blockers and things like that. So the beautiful thing with any of our products, and I know Joy was asking about, did we talk about the hormone pack already? We're not specifically highlighting that, but so that's, if you listened to us in the past, that's our Ignite, that's our GBX Fit, which I did talk about, and the Mood, which is for stress hormones. There is no hormones in any of those products. They're all adaptogenic, so they work with your body. So it's not going to take any of your hormones out of normal range. So there's no issue with, people I've had women that have had breast cancer that have used these products, and different cancers and different, things like that. So there's no risk with that. It's going to work with your body to try to bring you back to homeostasis on a normal level. And the beautiful thing with something like the hormone pack is it is addressing cortisol as well as reproductive hormones and the metabolic hormones.
So Pamela asked me a question. There are so many products. How do you know what you really need? And do you have to eat diet food? What do you mean by diet food? Tell us a little bit what that is, Pamela, if you want to open up your mic. Is Pamela here? Oh, no, she's here. Okay, let's skip that. But her question was, how do you know there's so many products? How do you know what you really need? So that's where talking to us and having us assess what you've done before, what your goal is, what you want to do in the future. So I ask a lot of my clients, do you want to go fast or you want to go slow? And of course, the level of investment is different, but also the time can be shortened. So we talk through all of those. And then Sandra says, after the first week, my sleep had improved. Awesome, Sandra. Thanks for sharing that with us. Anyone else have a question, or those of you who've been on the products, you want to share anything? I know a couple of you who have great. Pamela, you're back on. We answered your question, friend. I'm not sure if you heard that. When you said diet food, I just wanted you to clarify what that meant to you. Anybody else want to share or have a question? Oh, go ahead, Michelle. Unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Oh, let me say, ask to unmute. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, super. Hi.
Hey. So I've been on for about a little over 4 months. And when I first got on, I was still using my Combi patch. And I had been on that for about maybe a little over a year, because 6 months into doing my Combi patch, I had to switch up to a higher dosage, required a bigger patch. So I couldn't tell which one was working. I couldn't tell if the Amir products was working or my Combi patch. So I completely just ditched my Combi patch. And I started giving Amir a try. 2 months in, I started noticing my mood swings started shifting as like a good thing. I didn't know. I was a little overwhelmed with each product, not knowing which one I wanted to address first. So I wanted to address the hot flashes. So I got on the Happy Juice. And from there, like my mood started getting better. And then I started taking the Ignite. I think I started taking both of them together. Ignite was for the libido, sex drive. I noticed that immediately. My husband was like, he was very, grateful that I was starting to take something, because it was kind of like I didn't want to be in the mood for anything. That was amazing, as far as like there was no more pain. The initiation of talking about having intercourse, that came back. It was like it was revived. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than it was a good thing, good feeling. So after the Happy Juice and the Ignite, I started looking into other products that I wanted to help out, like my sleep.
Mhm.
Oh man. I don't know if it was because I'm the wife of a shift worker. Like when he's working nights, I'm up. Or if he's at home and he's here, I don't know, my sleep was just thrown off. So I started taking the I think it's called sleep.
Yep.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't know if this is for everybody or how it works, but you have to be like ready for bed when you take it. I take two. It requires between 2 and 3. That's my puppies. They're they're acting like bad kids. Um, you could take 2 to 3. I started just taking 2 in the evening, 30 minutes before I go to bed. I'm in the bed and I'm like this. I'm so sleepy, but I get a good night's sleep. So, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm refreshed, I'm energized, I'm ready to jump on my trampoline before taking that GBX fit. I just got the burn, so I'm starting to combine those two. So before eating, I wait an hour before eating. So I take my GBX fit and my burn. I jump 30 minutes on my trampoline, and it's like I eat my breakfast, which is the eggs and avocado, and it's like my I'm starting to eat right, and that plays a big difference too with your energy and how you're feeling afterwards. Because my husband wants to know what's the secret. Why are you so energized? So just eating right and taking the supplements, and each one I get introduced to a different one that works for me, because the subscription that I'm on, I get like a free something like I think I had the protein shake, the chocolate protein shake. So if I'm not hungry in the morning, I'll take my protein shake, you know. So I don't know, it works for me. And it took like, I guess it just depends on the person, I guess. Like I started noticing with the happy juice 2 months after taking it, and then slowly progressing with the rest of the products. 3 months, 4 months, I'm 4 months and a few days in of taking it. So I'm hooked as far as,
Ah,
you know, wanting to make a change in my eating habits. And so
Michelle, thank you so much. You guys, there's so much goodness in that testimonial, because a couple of things that I want to point out. She took her time. She gave it the time it needed for her to see the results. And when she's like, okay, we know that the foundation was Happy Juice and Ignite. That's what we wanted to adjust. Because a lot of people say, well, I don't get a good night's sleep. Okay, let's see if the cortisol is the issue now. So we do the Happy Juice, we do the Ignite, we do the mood. And then like Michelle did, she's like, oh, I want to add something else. And I want to add something else. And that's the beauty of keeping your order consistent, because you earn points. So she's getting these products for free. She's redeeming her points too. But I just love how you just took your time and listened to your body to see what it will do. So thank you for sharing that. I love that. Love your testimonial. Okay, so there are so many products after the first week. Let me see. How many products can you be on at the same time without affecting the others? That's another question, Rachel.
Yeah. So, and I think Melanie, you said it. And I think Michelle, thank you so much for being brave and sharing, because that's not always the comfortable. So kudos to you, because it is one step at a time for some people. Like everyone's journey looks a little bit different. I have people that start with 1 product. I have people that start with 4 products. So there's really no right or wrong answer about what product to start with. It's like, what do you want to address first? Like, is it your sleep and your sex drive? Then okay, we got to focus on that. Or if it's stress and just your anxiety, we want to focus on that. So as far as how many products are too many, the beautiful thing is none of our products interact with each other. There's a few products that have some of the same products, but people take them together all of the time. Like we have a focus product that crosses over with some of like our energy and our mood product, but because they're adaptogenic, there's not a way to really overdose on most of the things, unless you're probably, the bottle tells you like max dose. But if you're following those guidelines, there's really no way to really interact with our specific products. But what I would say is if you want to really see what works for you, then start with 1 or 2 products.
Mhm.
Play around with it, like be open to that. Like I have people that Michelle said, I'm 4 months in. Like some people, it takes them 3 months to really find like, okay, I know that this is working for me, but I'm not sure that this is working for me. Okay, let's switch it out and see what happens. So it's just a try. If you're open to trial and error, I mean, that's what these products do because they do react so differently for everyone. So we want to, it's not that we are trying to say, well, we don't really have the perfect answer for you, but it's really, we rely on you to give us the information of what is really, even when someone tells me I have anxiety, what does that mean? What are you experiencing? Is it affecting your sleep? Is it affecting your libido? Is it affecting your food choices? Like, what is it impacting your life the most? So that's why I have people, I'm like, you need to, like, I need feedback from you. That's what I'm always telling my people. Like, I want to serve you, but I need you to, get that give and take. So if you feel like something's not working for you, have that conversation, say, okay, so what's the next thing I could try? Like, I love the happy juice. I'm not sure if I like the GBX Fit or the Mood, or I'm thinking I heard about the burn. Maybe I should do that instead, whatever. So that's where it's at, that finding that groove for yourself. So what are you comfortable doing from the beginning? If, I have people that start with happy juice because they're like, I've been burned so many times by other companies promising me the world. I get that. I say that on TikTok all the time. I know you're being sold to every time you jump on this platform. I appreciate that you're on my live. I appreciate all of you for being here, whether you're my person or not. Like, I know what these products can do because I've been on them for 5 years. Melanie's been on them longer. There's phased benefits, right, with these products. I still notice a difference 5 years later. So it's a very long-winded answer to there's no wrong answer. But it's what we try to make the best recommendation with the information that you give us. Like, here's a great story. I had a woman who did Mood and Happy Juice for her for her mental health. Her psoriasis disappeared on her hands and her elbows. What? Like her mental health is not where she wants it yet, but she's like, oh my God, my psoriasis is gone. I'm like, you're healing, my friend. She's like, I didn't even know she had psoriasis. So if she had told me that, I would have put her on something else. So I would have tried to get her to go on zinc or something. So you just never know because gut health is so much, you just never know what symptom you have that's going to decide to go first. Like, it might not be the one that you want,
Mhm.
like stubborn belly fat, but there's so many things. I'm like, oh, that explains a lot to me. She has major gut issues. No wonder why she has mental health issues. So there's so much connection. So that's why I say keep a journal, and as you are on these products and your body's waking up, you're going to be more aware of those things. So I hope that was helpful.
That's great. Yeah, I actually, my seasonal allergies went away and I wasn't expecting that when I got.
My migraines went away. Like, that was
It's
huge.
amazing.
Yeah.
So we have 2 more questions real quick, and then because we have to finish up soon. Sandra's asking, does it affect any vitamins that you might already be on? And Doreen is asking, so if you are concerned with sleep and weight, do you continue on Happy Juice and GBX Fit? So the first one's a quick answer, and then you can.
Yeah. So yeah, for most vitamins you're on, there's no issue as if it's just like vitamin D and things like that, unless you decide to go, we have a multivitamin in time if that's something you want to look at. But for like just the things that we are going over tonight, there's really there's no crossover because our products are just very different. And even if you're on a probiotic, the chances that you have the same strains as what is in our product. We could look at the Restore, for instance, but the Mentobiotics is very specific to mental health. And then the GBX Fit is very specific to metabolic health. And no one else is really doing that.
Yeah. No.
And
then
yeah. Hello, Doreen. I'm glad you're here. So Happy Juice and GBX Fit, those can be they can be very helpful with both weight loss and sleep. Because we're addressing cortisol, which is typically a very big issue for most people that have sleep issues. And then also part of that weight loss journey is balancing out those cortisol levels. So those 2 products over time can be very helpful with both of those.
Thank you, ladies. That was such a great discussion. Thank you, Rachel. If you guys have additional questions, whoever invited you today, reach out to that person, because we're going to just continue on with the last portion of our event. And again, remember, if you are, put in the comments if you haven't already, who invited you to the event, so we can keep track of it. All right, so now what? We heard about the belly. We heard about why we're getting it. We heard about solutions that could help us. So what do we do now? I'm going to share with you what Dr. Rachel and I put together as what we would suggest for you. And for those of you who are new to Amare, who've never experienced our products before, and for those of you who are customers already, there's a special for both of you. So just stick with us. So the first bundle is called the Best Bundle. This is the product bundle that has all of the ones that we would consider ideal if the belly fat is the thing that you're looking to address. So we went over these products already. So this would be all of the products we went over today. You would choose either OG Happy Juice, which is the watermelon or grape, or the mango Happy Juice, which has the extra caffeine, the lion's mane. And then you would choose all three of these products. The Reboot, we'd start off with that. And then you would continue after the 3-day reboot with these other products, the Restore, the GBX Fit, whoops, hello, computer, and the GBX Burn. Oh, look at that. Did my computer just do that? Okay. You guys still see this? Is it still working for me? Yes, okay. So that's our best bundle. This is what it normally is, but today when you're new to us, you're getting a 20% off savings. So that's the savings that you are going to get when you decide to do that today. But what if you're like, well, I love the best bundle, but what else do you got? Is there a step down? Well, what we decided is to step down. The product we would take out then would be the GBX Burn, which is the product that helps with that brown fat, that fat storage. It's the thermogenic. So that would be the bundle, would be our better bundle. And that is normally those prices, the $224.95 for the OG or the $204.95. But this is the sale today if you are brand new to Amare. That would be your investment today. And what I like to do is anytime I'm making an investment in myself, that's something like this, divide it by 30. And you know how much you are investing in yourself every day, because we put a lot of stuff in our body every day that doesn't help us, like this will help us. And then what if you want the next step down? What would we choose? Well, we would choose for you the Happy Juice. We would start off with the Reboot, and then we would add the GBX Fit, which is the quad biotic for fat loss. So this is the best bundle. This is the good bundle. So it's missing 2 of those supplements. This is the normal investment for those 2, the $199.95 or the $179.95. And this is what the investment would be tonight until midnight of that. Now, we talked about a lot of things today. If there's another bundle or another group of products that you're like, well, maybe I want to try this, you're going to reach out to us. But let me just share a couple other things with you. First, these are some results from people who have been on Happy Juice bundles and what they've been able to achieve with healthy eating, with movement, with being realistic, with drinking their water, right? There's no magic pill that's going to offset an unhealthy diet. There's nothing else. There's nothing like that out there. But these were some of these ladies were able to do. February to May. This is January to June. So giving their body time and nourishing the right way, these are some of the results that these ladies were able to get. So just take a look at that and just imagine if you were able to look in the mirror or snap a picture and you could be like, wow, I really see a difference. That's why we have you throw away the scale, take pictures and take measurements, because the number on the scale is not an indication of health. And we can go all about that. But all that to say, what if you are already a customer? Well, we have a couple options for you. The first one is, let me just scroll my slide here. The first one is that always, you can refer a friend. And when he or she becomes a customer, you're going to earn a free product credit off the top. So that's a great way for you to try these new products. The other way that is also available for you tonight is you can upgrade today, and you're going to get a free affiliate link and 20% off your order of $129.95 or more. Anything, which includes Happy Juice. And so what is an affiliate link? Well, it could be as amazing as working with Rachel and me and building a powerful business where you're making hundreds or thousands of dollars a month, or it's, you know what, I just want to share it with my friends and get a couple dollars commission. Either way, you're going to get that affiliate link for free today if you upgrade. And if you are a customer, the way you do that is super simple. You sign into your Amari account at amariglobal.com with your email address and your password. You're going to click on your name right up there, that pull down menu where you normally go to manage your subscribe and save. Once you click on that, and you're going to see upgrade account, super simple. And then you're going to click enroll today. Once you click enroll today, you're going to get information on putting your social security number in. You're going to pick your products and then use that code at checkout, the code right down here, MEMDAY 2024. But if you're not sure how to do it, text us, because this is our text numbers, which each of you have. But go ahead and take a snap of that and reach out to us saying, hey, I want the better bundle in mango. I want the good bundle in OG grape, or I'm not sure what I want, but I want to take advantage of this sale. So go ahead and text us. Those are our numbers. If you're our customers already, you have them because we've been communicating with you. But if you're not, go ahead and snap that and then reach out to us. We will be up until midnight tonight-ish to serve you, because this is such a great sale. Things that are happening in our company right now, we don't know. Honestly, we don't know when the next sale will be. Normally it was once a month, but things are changing. So if you're curious, if you're serious, if you're been waiting, then this is the time for you to do that. And just ask us any questions about that or the upgrade. All right. So that's what we have for you tonight, ladies. We did it within an hour, Rachel. Any final questions? We have a few more minutes. You want to be very respectful of your time. I know some of you have carts already out. So if the MEMDAY 2024 code is not in there already, you can just put it in and process it, or reach out to us, like we said. All right, friends, let me check the chat. Now we are going to, this is an example of your monthly group coaching call. We're going to send out the dates of our June coaching call, probably the 1st or 2nd or 3rd day of June when we have our dates already. So you're going to get invited to that, but this was a public one. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. And if you are a customer already, you're going to be getting the recording of this meeting as well. All right, friends, we love you. Thank you for being here. Talk to you soon. Bye.